Setting up the right environment. In this chapter, I will share a few basic things that I have found valuable in configuring my iPad, particularly to avoid interruptions and achieve a sense of focus and simplicity. I think push notifications is the enemy of focus. It is the enemy of creativity and ultimately the enemy of happiness. Push notifications are the things that can interrupt us at all times in order to very urgently inform us about something that is, for the most part, completely unimportant. Analog paper doesn't do this, and fortunately, iOS on the iPad actually also affords us significant control over these. Let me quickly show you what I do. Most of the time, when I work with paper, I simply put the iPad in airplane mode, so that it is completely offline. This can easily be done from the control center by swiping up from the bottom of the screen. But if you want more fine-grained control, you can also change the settings on an app-by-app basis. Open Settings and select Notification Center. I have disabled almost all banners, alerts, sounds, etc. for all the apps that interrupt me. Find out what works for you. Even if you choose to keep all the push notifications on, at least make it an active choice. Another thing is that with the new pencil from FiftyThree, it's recommended to turn off the multi-touch gestures, as it can sometimes conflict with the palm rejection. You can disable the multi-touch gestures in Settings under General Settings. Paper is great for artistic and colorful expression. The watercolor tool still blows my mind. It's so easy to use and makes something that looks great. But this is not all paper can do. I've found that for thinking with paper, sometimes the colors and expression can get in the way of clarity, at least for me. Sometimes I want something more simple, so I decided to mix my own color palette with white, black, and 5 shades of gray. You can see them here. Let me quickly show you how you can mix your own grayscale palette. You drag in the black from the existing palette. Then you click to select the white. Don't drag the white. Now you can mix by swirling back and forth between black and white. Drag the shades of gray to the empty tray in the bottom. You can experiment and find the shades that work for you. If you look at the shades I have mixed, one of them is mixed to be the same shade as the background. This allows me to have what is virtually a more fine point eraser. Let me show you what I mean. I just draw some doodle here. If you use the eraser, it is a relatively big and broad head. However, I can use the fine point marker with the invisible gray to chip away little things. If you want to adapt my grayscale obsession or stick with colors, is up to you. In all of this, you should go with what feels right. That's what I've done. That's why I went for airplane mode and grayscale. It felt right to me. So summing it all up, make a choice. Do you want to be interrupted while using paper or not? Use airplane mode or set your notification settings accordingly. Disable multitasking gestures if you have a pencil stylus. And if you want to avoid confusing yourself with lots of colors, make sure